Have you ever felt like you're just stuck on a hamster wheel, running into the same problems over and over again? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful idea that the key to changing your world isn't about grinding harder, but about learning how to really use the incredible world you have inside your own mind. Let's get into it. Okay, think about this for a second. You see a little kid watching their favorite movie for the 100th time, and they are completely lost in that creative, happy world. It's kind of magical, right? But as adults, we do the exact same thing. Only the movies we put on repeat are reruns of old mistakes, bad memories, and all the things we're worried about today. And you know what? That kind of reactive thinking is exactly why so many of us feel stuck. We let our past and our present call all the shots for our future, and then we stand around wondering, why do bad things keep happening to me? The truth is, as long as we keep hitting play on those old, negative mental movies, we're basically just ordering more of the same. Now here's where things get really interesting. This idea comes from the classic movie Miracle on 34th Street. Your imagination isn't just some place for idle daydreaming. Think of it as a real creative destination, an entire nation you can travel to on purpose, a place where you can actually build the future you want to live in. So the crucial shift is to start seeing your mind as this active, bustling workshop. It has no borders, no limits on the materials you can use. Anything can be built there. Just like a giant oak tree grows from the tiny blueprint inside an acorn, your greatest achievements will always grow from the plans you first build and organize right there in your imagination.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, it all starts with a three-stage creative process. This is the formula that can turn the most out-there fantasy into a solid physical reality. Let's break it down. Literally everything man-made that you see around you started this way. First, it was a total fantasy, just a wild idea floating around in someone's head. Then, that person was brave enough to develop it into a theory. They started asking, okay, how could this work? Instead of saying, oh, that's impossible. And finally, through action, they took that theory and hammered it into a fact. I mean, just think about it for a second. The idea of walking on the moon or carrying a powerful computer that's also a phone in your pocket, that wasn't just unlikely, it was pure science fiction, complete fantasy. But pioneers held onto that vision. They developed the theory behind it, and they turned what was once impossible into our everyday normal. It proves a huge point. If you can really truly see it in your mind, you can create it in your world. Now, building a fantasy in your mind is one thing, but making it real requires a bridge, a connection between your inner world and your outer actions. And that brings us to our second tool, and this one is absolutely critical. It's called praxis. So what is praxis? It's basically the state where what you believe deep down and what you do every day are in perfect, seamless alignment. See, it's not enough to just think you deserve success. Your actions have to match that belief. This integration, this harmony, is what actually determines the results you get in life. Let me give you a powerful example. For decades, a lot of people truly believed that a college degree guaranteed a good job, or that being loyal to a company guaranteed security for life. They integrated these beliefs with their behavior, and then they got completely blindsided when reality proved them wrong. The truth is that your performance is what creates opportunity, and that real, lasting security can only come from within you. When you align your behavior with that belief, well, that changes the entire game. All right, so once your beliefs and your behaviors are finally singing the same tune, this third tool becomes your North Star. This is all about the incredible power of holding a clear, unshakable mental picture of what you want to achieve. This quote is just amazing. It's reportedly what one of the Wright brothers said to the other after yet another one of their flying experiments crashed and failed. Can you imagine that? He wasn't looking at the wreckage in front of him. He was holding on to the picture in his mind of them successfully flying. That unwavering vision is what kept them going. And you know, the invention of the airplane is the perfect example of this. All of past experience, every bit of precedent, screamed that a machine heavier than air could not fly. It had never been done. But the Wright brothers weren't operating on precedent. They were operating on a principle they knew to be true, and their idea won out despite all the evidence of past failures. Okay, so we've got the creative process, fantasy to fact. We have the alignment of belief and behavior with praxis, and we have the power of visualization. The final step is to take this new mindset and make it a concrete, unbreakable part of who you are. This is where something called the self-confidence formula comes in. Think of it like a written contract with yourself. It's a really powerful tool designed to build that unshakable self-reliance you need.
Now, the full text is pretty detailed, but it's all built around 5 core declarations that turn your thoughts and actions into this single unified force. Let's take a quick look at what they are.
So the formula is built on 5 key promises you make to yourself. First, you commit to persistent, relentless action toward your main goal. No quitting. Second, for 30 minutes every day, you're going to concentrate your thoughts on the person you're becoming, making that future you feel real, now. Third, you use autosuggestion, basically repeating your goals and commitments to build rock-solid self-confidence. Fourth, you write down a crystal-clear description of your #1 goal. And finally, you pledge to build your success on truth and justice so that it benefits everyone and harms no one. Put it all together, and it's a blueprint for living your life on purpose.
You know, when it's all said and done, it really comes down to this one simple idea. The tools we've talked about, fantasy to fact, praxis, visualization, they're not magic tricks. They are simply powerful ways to replace ignorance with knowledge, to finally understand and start using the incredible creative power that you already have right inside your own mind.
So the good news is, you are no longer stuck replaying those old, tired movies of the past. You are the writer, you're the director, and you are the star of your own life story. The only question left is, what new movie are you going to write for yourself?